Last year, a retired couple in Ohio bought a $52,000 campervan. They'd planned this for years, 5 states, 2 national parks, the whole Southwest loop they'd talked about since their kids left home. 8 months later, the van was listed for sale at $36,000. They didn't crash it, nothing broke catastrophically. They just discovered, too late, 6 things nobody told them before they bought. Today, you're going to learn all 6. And if you're anywhere close to making this purchase, what you hear in the next 15 minutes might be the most useful thing you watch before you sign anything. Stay until reason 5. That's the one that cost that couple the most, and it's the one dealers will never bring up first. What you'll learn. Whether you're looking at a Mercedes Sprinter conversion, a Winnebago Revel, a Hymer Grand Canyon, a Ford Transit build, or anything in between, this video isn't about which van to buy. It's about what to know before you buy any of them. 6 real reasons retirees go home early. Who should buy? Who should wait? In one opinion about the entry-level van market that the industry genuinely does not want you to hear. Let's get into it. Reason 1. The real cost. The sticker price is not the real price. That's the first thing to understand. You see a van for $45,000 and think, manageable. That's a car payment I can handle. But here's what year 1 actually looks like. Standard auto insurance won't cover a van you're living in full-time. Full-timer insurance runs $2,000 to $4,500 a year depending on your state. Campsites, even the budget ones, cost $800 to $2,000 a month if you're not sleeping in parking lots. First-year repairs and upgrades budget at least $1,500, and that's if nothing goes wrong. Solar upgrade, proper mattress, storage that actually functions, the base model skips all of it. Real year 1 spend on a $45,000 van, closer to $60,000. Now here's the number the industry doesn't lead with. The average campervan loses between 15 and 25% of its value in the first year. On a $52,000 purchase, that's up to $13,000 gone before you've driven it to a second campsite. Meanwhile, buyers obsess over fuel economy, which might cost them $3,000 a year at current prices. They're watching the wrong number. Compare that to a 3-year-old used Sprinter or Transit conversion, well-maintained, priced at $34,000. The first owner already took that depreciation hit. Your cost curve from here is flatter. Your resale floor is more predictable. Cheap new is almost always the most expensive option over 3 years. Most buyers figure that out somewhere around month 10. Reason 2. Your body. This is the reason that causes the most early resales, and nobody says it out loud because it feels awkward to admit. Campervans are physically demanding to live in. A standard roof van is under 65 inches tall inside. You can't stand up straight. The bed folds out, or you crawl into it from the side. Every morning starts with maneuvering your body in a space smaller than most walk-in closets. For a lot of retirees, people with bad knees, hip replacements, chronic back pain, or simply a body that doesn't bend the way it did at 45, this stops being charming very quickly. It becomes a daily physical grind, not on a weekend trip, over 6 months of full-time living. The fix exists. Go high roof. A Sprinter high roof gives you 76 inches of interior standing height. A Ram ProMaster with a pop top or a Volkswagen Grand California gives you meaningful room to move. That extra foot of headroom is the difference between feeling like you're camping and feeling like you're crouching inside a vehicle for half a year. But more importantly than which model, before you buy anything, rent a comparable van for 2 weeks. Sleep in it every night. No hotel backup, no escape plan. Put your body through the actual routine. Waking up, cooking, sitting, sleeping, repeating. If you feel fine at the end of that fortnight, you have your answer. If by day 10 you're fantasizing about a real shower and a bed you can get into without bending sideways, you just saved yourself $50,000. Reason 3. Real life versus the plan. Nobody imagines day 4 looks like. Day 1, you wake up next to a mountain lake. The coffee is perfect, the light is perfect. You think, why did we wait so long to do this? Day 4, rain is hitting the roof hard enough that you can't hear each other speak. The nearest campsite with a hookup is full. The one before that was full too. You're parked in the overflow lot of a hardware store. You've been inside this van 11 hours. There is nowhere to go. That's not a worst-case scenario. That's a Tuesday in October in the Pacific Northwest, or a Thursday in November in rural France. It's a normal week in a van. Van life requires one skill above everything else: genuine comfort with uncertainty, the ability to be completely fine when the plan collapses, because the plan will collapse regularly, for reasons outside your control. The retirees who thrive in vans are the ones who already travel loosely, who love the unplanned turn, who can sit in a parking lot in the rain and genuinely think, well, this is interesting, what's nearby? The ones that struggle are the ones who believed the van would generate the adventure automatically. The van moves, that's all it does. You supply everything else. If structure is what makes you feel settled, a van isn't going to give you that. A different kind of trip might, or a different kind of retirement entirely.
Reason 4. Couples. If you're buying this with a partner, pay close attention. A camper van is 60 to 80 square feet. That's roughly half the size of a standard bedroom. You will share that space around the clock. No separate rooms, no separate floors, no door to close when you need 10 minutes alone. For weeks, then months. The couples who make it work have cracked one specific thing. They can exist independently inside a shared space. They sit next to each other and do completely different things, reading, planning, watching something on a phone with headphones in, without it creating friction. Or they treat the van as a base camp and spend significant time outside it, giving each other natural space. The couples who don't make it find that every small irritation gets amplified. The things that were easy to absorb at home, a different sleep schedule, different morning pace, different ideas about where to go next, become impossible to ignore in 70 square feet. Nothing stays small in a van. Rent for 2 weeks, no hotel fallback. Real days, real nights, real disagreements handled in real time inside a real small space. If you come back and immediately want to book the next trip, buy the van. If one of you comes back ready to sleep in a bed with a door on the room and never discuss it again, that trip just saved your retirement savings and possibly your relationship. Reason 5. The warranty gap. This is the one that cost that Ohio couple the most, and it's the one dealers don't volunteer. Most camper vans are built in 2 separate pieces: the vehicle, Ford, Mercedes, Fiat, Volkswagen, and the conversion on top of it: the bed, the kitchen, the electrical system, the plumbing, the cabinetry. 2 different companies, 2 different warranties, no formal relationship between them. When something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong in the first 2 years, here's what happens. You call the conversion company, they say it looks like a vehicle issue. You call the vehicle manufacturer, they say it looks like a conversion issue. You're in the middle, without your home, waiting for 2 companies to reach an agreement they have no contractual reason to reach quickly. This isn't theoretical. It's one of the most common complaints in early van ownership, and it's almost never discussed before the sale. Before you sign anything, ask to see both warranty documents. Understand what's covered, what's excluded, and, critically, where you have to take the vehicle for warranty repairs. If the nearest authorized conversion service center is 250 miles from where you plan to travel, that warranty is significantly less valuable than it looks on paper. Ask the dealer to walk you through both documents. If they can't or won't, that tells you something important about what comes next. The controversial take. Here's the opinion the industry won't lead with. Some of the worst long-term values in the entire RV market are brand new entry-level camper vans. Vans priced between $35,000 and $55,000 new are built to hit a price point. The insulation is thin, the electrical systems are undersized for genuine full-time use. They worked fine for a weekend. They start showing cracks over 6 months. The materials look solid in a showroom under fluorescent lighting. On the road, in heat, in cold, over rough ground, they tell a different story.
And the people being sold these vans most aggressively? Retirees. People with accessible savings and a strong emotional motivation. People who in many cases haven't spent years on van forums absorbing the details buried in the fine print. The math the industry doesn't publish: a well-built, used Sprinter conversion from a reputable builder priced at $58,000 used will outperform a new $44,000 entry-level van on durability, repairability, component quality, and resale floor. It will cost you less over 3 years, not a little less, noticeably less. You are not saving money by going cheap new. You are paying for the mistake on a delay. The industry understands this. The resale market is full of 2-year-old budget vans from buyers who didn't. Buy the van if you've done a 2-week rental in a comparable model, real nights, no hotel backup, and came back wanting more of it. You travel loosely by nature. Uncertainty doesn't unsettle you, it interests you. You've budgeted the real first-year cost, sticker price plus 30 to 40%, and that number still works. If buying with a partner, you've had the actual conversation about space, about independence, about what happens when one of you wants to stop moving and the other doesn't. You've had an independent mechanic inspect the vehicle before signing, not the dealer's recommended shop, an independent one. Wait, rent first, or reconsider if you're buying the van to escape something rather than move towards something. Vans don't fix what you're running from, they just take it somewhere more expensive. Your body hasn't been tested in a confined space for more than a long weekend. The budget only covers the sticker price, nothing left for the real first-year cost curve. You skipped the 2-week rental. That Ohio couple isn't the whole story. There are retirees out there right now living genuinely great lives in campervans across the American Southwest, along the coast of Portugal, up through the Scottish Highlands. The freedom is real. The community is real. The mornings next to lakes and mountains that you planned for 20 years, those happen. But the people doing it well didn't stumble into it. They asked the uncomfortable questions before they signed. They tested their bodies in the real space. They read both warranty documents. They rented before they bought. They had the honest conversation with their partner about what 70 square feet actually means. The industry isn't going to tell you any of this. It doesn't help their close rate. Know the real cost. Test your body. Understand the warranty. Be honest about who you are as a traveler, and if you're buying with someone, have the real conversation before you have an expensive one. Do those things, and a campervan might be one of the best decisions of your retirement. Skip them, and you'll be listing yours before you've seen half of what you planned. One question for the comments. Did you buy a van and it worked exactly like you hoped, or did you buy one and end up back home sooner than you planned? Both answers matter to someone watching this right now. Drop it below.